Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, this is the National Football League. We'll see Daniel Jones and the New York Giants taking on Zach Wilson and the New York Jets.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the New York Jets and their inner-city rivals, the New York Giants. It's the battle for New York, or New Jersey for that matter. The Giants and Jets are underway. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
I still remember when he was drafted, there was a little bit of controversy about how high he was selected by the New York Giants, but his talents were revealed. He can make every throw in the book. Surprisingly good athlete. As long as he takes care of the football, doesn't turn it over, he can really make plays.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Jones looking to throw right away. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Calling a loss of 4 there on the sack, and speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
And what was really attractive about Zach Wilson coming out of college, coming out of BYU, his ability to create and make plays when many people thought they didn't exist. But what's been even better is watch him improve in the pocket, able to hit the back foot, make the right read, and the right throws.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at the 20. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd and 2, 1st down marker at the 5-yard line. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Now Jones. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Off the bootleg. Jones. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Jets are going to get the football back. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Open man here is Conklin. He's got space past the 25. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
And there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On 1st down, Wilson. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 40. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10, right at the 40. Play action. It's Wilson. He's got the hook up to Lazard, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. 11 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want it to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line. There's Wilson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Back to the ground with Hall. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
And they've stopped them on the first 2 downs. Obviously, this is an important play coming up here. I think it's more so for the guys on defense because if they stop them here, I think they've set the tone for the entire game, how difficult it's going to be to score on them.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Eluding the press. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Zach Wilson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Jets post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it was Zach Wilson who took it in himself on the touchdown run to cap it off.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
And now out come the Giants. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh?
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Barkley, inside handoff. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
3rd and 12.
Back to throw. Jones.
Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line.
Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Come on now, let's do this.
On to punt, Jamie Gillen. Yard punt, 5 on the return.
And the Jets will take over.
And New York set to take the field.
things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Now it's Wilson. He gets it underneath to Hall. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. To throw is Wilson. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. It's Deontay Banks with it. And the Giants will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at the 45. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Now a second and 2. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Complete to his giant Jalen Hyatt. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Jones. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Good position to be in here, second and inches. Operating from the gun, Jones. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Jets force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Caught by Cobb. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be second and a couple.
Throwing is Wilson. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Wilson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. We were treated to a strong first half from the former number 2 overall pick, Zach Wilson. His touchdown run was the lone score of those first 2 quarters as his guys hold a 7-0 lead.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Oh, nice move. Look at those stick skills. And he'll have a Jets first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now Jones throwing on first down. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of the defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Jones. And that is caught. What a grab at the 8. A good pickup there, 26 yards. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
Looking to throw. Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. He'll get it up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Giants have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd.
We're getting set up for what should be a great 4th quarter. This has been a hard-hitting game because both teams have punched and counter-punched equally well. And here's a good finish to this drive, a touchdown run here late in the 3rd quarter.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And a good job on the hold there as this is good through the snow, and this game is tied. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out now come the Jets. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Second and a couple. Wilson. A quick throw there is incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley to about the 23.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. Able to locate his man Slayton on an out route. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
They work now on 2nd and 9. On the draw, it's Hall. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Here's Wilson. Over the middle, it's complete. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
Here's 1st down. Now Wilson. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. So he was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Still maybe want to think about letting that play clock run a little here. It's second down. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Here's second down. There's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Hall up the middle.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Wilson to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Hall. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They can still get into field goal range, partner. They got to work quickly, though.
I agree with you totally. Find a way to get the ball downfield and out of bounds. In a perfect world, they know what hash they want to get to for their kicker, and they already know the distance that he feels comfortable. That'll dictate what they do on offense.
See if they can get in his range. Here's 1st and 10. Jones. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Jones. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So it all comes down to the right foot of Graham Gano. This from long, very long range. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And that changes everything here in OT. conditions only going to get worse as we get back to football here to start this overtime. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Jones, first throw of overtime here. To Barkley on the check down. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here, but you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Here's Jamie Gillen now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. This is taken around the 12. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now out come the Jets. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points. And now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Now what can Wilson do here in the OT? And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New York. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And the Giants ready to come out now.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll drop to throw.
The short throw pulled in by Bellinger.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. This being their 2nd opportunity in overtime, 3rd overall drive. See if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Connects with Slayton.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Now Jones. That's complete to Slayton. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley.
They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. There they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball.